So if you're looking for a summer festival that stimulates your mind as well as your dancing shoes, look no further than OzyFest, which is returning to Central Park for the second year in a row. It's part TED Talk, part music festival, part food fair. OzyFest brings together thought leaders, comedians, artists, journalists, and social activists for an all-day party under the New York City skyline. This year's lineup includes hip-hop star Talib Kweli, comedian Samantha Bee, author Malcolm Gladwell, and award-winning journalists like Katie Couric. Food will be curated by celebrity chef Eddie Wang. All kicks off on Saturday, July 22nd. Here to talk about OzyFest is the CEO and co-founder of OZY Media, Carlos Watson. Good to see you, Carlos.
Good to be here.
When did you think of this and why?
You know, it's got a couple of lives. The first time I thought about it was when I went to a Joss Stone concert. Remember the young British singer a couple of years ago?
No. I just listened to her on the way.
Oh.
She's still the best.
You know, I loved her. I had gotten to know her a little bit, and she invited me to one of her concerts in the park. And I remember seeing people, Steve, come there, and they were all so excited. And they were bringing their picnic baskets, and they were bringing their friends. And I thought even back then, you know, I one day want to put on something that people are so excited to come to. And I never wanted to do a conference because conferences are inside, they're in hotel rooms. Who wants to be at a conference, right? Why not be outdoors with delicious food, with really good drinks?
In the summer.
Especially in the summer. And then you want music from Jason Derulo, Zara Larsson, Talib Kweli, all sorts of other people. So that was kind of, 2 years ago, it really started to take flight. But the first time it came to my mind, 6 or 7 years ago.
Carlos, here's what I'm thinking. You got the music. And I love the Josh Stone thing because I'm also thinking she doesn't wear shoes when she performs, which is part of it. It's summer, right?
Yeah.
But then you've got the political piece of this. You've got people who are challenging people's preconceived ideas. You've brought in some conservatives like Grover Norquist, like Jeb Bush, and others. What is the thinking between bringing people in who may not have the same political views of some folks in the New York City area?
You know, I think you have to. Everyone knows you got to get outside your bubble. And right, how many times can we be...
No, not everyone, but go ahead. Some folks stay in their bubble.
But I think the really creative sorts know that the last thing you want is to constantly be surprised. I mean, how many times can you be trusting that New York Times meter that told you there was a 90% chance that Hillary was going to win until about an hour before they said she wasn't going to, and it was sub 10%. And so I think the smart people don't ever want to be surprised by that. They want to get as much good information. So do you want to hear from Kirsten Gillibrand and from Van Jones? You definitely do. But do you also want to make sure you hear from Jeb Bush and Hugh Hewitt and Grover Norquist? You have to. And so, as you said, we're going to mix not only music and comedy and food and all these good things, but a little politics in there too.
Carlos, does it come in and out of that? Meaning, if you're listening to music, does it go right into an author like Malcolm Gladwell and some others and a political thing? Or is it like, this is the political part, these are the authors, these are the social thinkers, and now let's have some music?
Smorgasbord.
Is it really?
You have to because, you know, so many people do want to bounce around. Maybe you want to hear Malcolm Gladwell. Maybe you want to hear Adam Grant. Maybe you want to see Katie Couric. Maybe you want to see Mark Cuban. Maybe you want to see Whitney Wolf, the founder of Bumble. But maybe you just want some of Eddie Wong's food. You know, good Bauhaus food, the chicken bows, the pork bows. You want all the good stuff.
What kind of folks gather for this great event?
You know, it's been a really nice mix. I mean, it's the best of New York, young and old, people, all sorts of different perspectives. I loved it last year, Steve. One of the best things someone said is they said, I went there expecting my mind to be blown, and I ended up mind grown. So,
is that right?
Yeah. So
our job on PBS is not to editorialize, but I'm thinking, I've got to tell you something. The idea that we would expand our mind, to grow our mind, to challenge our preconceived ideas. I know I'm right about this because I listen to news organizations and other platforms that just reinforce it. You're trying to challenge that in so many ways.
We have to.
It's a particularly good time in our country for that, right?
I think you have to. You got to see beyond. You got to see beyond your bubble, see beyond your filter, see beyond, frankly, not just fake news, but I'd even say thin news. And so that's why we want to bring really good thinkers together who, you know, may make you a little uncomfortable at times, but they're going to make you uncomfortable, I hope, with kind of really good thinking. And so, and you're going to laugh too. I don't know if you love Michael Che from SNL, but
love him.
Michael Che, Issa Rae,
and Samantha Bee. I mean, she's political,
yes,
but funny.
But you know what? It's a win all the way through. So we just have all sorts of good people coming through.
Last question on your end.
Yeah.
Not even a big picture question. A logistical nightmare for you?
You know what? Yeah. You know what?
I'm thinking this can't be easy.
You know what? I got the best team on earth who's putting together a great festival. And this year, I mean, look, last year it was a huge hit. This year is probably going to be 3 times the size in terms of the number of headliners. We'll have over 5,000 people in person. And then we think, because so many people like to watch it online, we think we may end up with 50 million people who will watch parts of it online.
How do people catch it online?
OZY.com, OZY.com.
You started this organization.
You know, it's been a pleasure. I did it with a good young buck named Samir Rao, and we met in the parking lot of a Chipotle. How do you like that?
I love it.
And we said, let's do something together. And we
if it
did.
wasn't that, it'd be a Starbucks.
It's Starbucks. Back in the day, the Starbucks was a thing, but you know, this is it's been a wonderful ride, and I feel like the work we're doing is even more important in the era we're in. We're in a different, no matter how you feel about President Trump, we clearly have left what everyone's used to and entered a new time and a new space.
So you think it'll be a topic at this?
You know what?
Sorry.
We are going to have a good time. And again, absolutely everyone's invited. Bring your shorts, bring your good friends. It's going to be a good time.
Carlos Watson is the CEO and co-founder of OzyFest, a great idea. And I want to remind folks that OzyFest is in Central Park Saturday, July 22nd. Check it out. Thanks so much, Carlos.
Hey, really appreciate you having me.
That was great.
Yep. Good to see you. Thank you.